Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video here to highlight some of the best Steam game deals under the price of $5 right now. And yes, these deals are available directly on Steam, so for those of you that don't like to use other e-tailers, I got you covered with this one. A ton of great deals and a lot of great games as well. So, got a lot to cover, and yeah, trying to cover a lot these days with the deals. We got deals from other e-tailers. We're talking the GOG deals now. We're talking the deals directly available on Steam. You guys seem to enjoy the videos, so I'll keep doing them as long as I can. Right off the top, we got Just Cause 3, which is 85% off for $2.99. An awesome deal for Just Cause 3. This game, you guys might not remember it, but it was actually one of the worst PC ports of all time when it came out back in November of 2015. It was terrible, but it's a lot better now, and the game, you're spending $3 on it, and man, it's just pure fun. Like, if you want to play a game that just brings the fun factor in a video game, Just Cause 3 is exactly that. Over-the-top action mayhem. No, there's not a great story here, but you're getting here for the gameplay and the fun gameplay at that, and it's worthwhile for this price point for sure. Next up, Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. Now, if you want a little bit more meat on the bone as far as your narrative goes, Sleeping Dogs is exactly that. 85% off for $2.99. This is a game that I constantly go to bat for. It's honestly probably a little bit ridiculous how much I try to get people to play this game, but Sleeping Dogs is terrific. It is one of those games that unfortunately just did not resonate at a commercial level, and maybe in today's audience and today's gaming environment, if it was released today, it would do a lot better. I don't know, but what I do know is this game is absolutely awesome, and it sees a lot of comparisons to Grand Theft Auto, and I can understand why. That open world crime setting is just gonna lend itself to being compared to Grand Theft Auto. However, it offers so much of its own elements that it's more focused on the hand-to-hand combat. It's got a great soundtrack. It's got more of a focus on the narrative, a great main character. It's such a great game. $2.99 is a bargain. If you don't have Sleeping Dogs, please fix that issue and add it to your library. Next up, we got Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. It is 90% off for $3.99. Now, I think Sword Art Online is corny as all hell. I did think the first 3 episodes were, like, tremendous, and then it just falls off an absolute cliff after that. Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet is a game set within the Gun Gale online universe of SAO, and if you're an SAO fan, I actually think there's some fun to be had. I think the gameplay is kind of solid, and the Gun Gale element, I think, does make it worthwhile. It is very lower budget in comparison to some of the big JRPGs you'll see today, so keep that in mind, but for $3.99, not a bad price point, all things considered. Next up, we got The Darkness 2, 90% off for $2.99. This is a great first-person shooter. Now, it is gory, it is bloody as all hell. However, this is a game that isn't really a horror game. Rather, it's got a spooky vibe to it, but it's very much a high-octane, intense action FPS. But it's a damn good one. Superpowered abilities, all that good stuff. 90% off for $2.99. This is a great one, and one that a lot of people missed out on. I mean, it came out 12 years ago, but man, this is another one that brings the fun factor to the table, and from that standpoint, well worth it. Next up, we got a couple of Deus Ex games. Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut, 85% off for $2.99, while Mankind Divided is $4.49. You can get the digital deluxe edition of Mankind Divided for $6.73. Human Revolution, in my opinion, is the stronger game from a narrative standpoint. Mankind Divided is the better game from a gameplay standpoint. Both games are really good. I actually just did a replay of Human Revolution over the summer. Had a great time with it. Man, what a great game Human Revolution is, and it honestly puts to shame some of the games that come out today. I do not think that is hyperbolic whatsoever. The game is just so well done in terms of the depth and the choices that have consequences and how you can do different things in the game and tackle different situations. Lends itself to being very replayable. The Director's Cut has the Missing Link DLC baked into it. It's great. Absolutely recommended. And then Mankind Divided is a good follow-up. Unfortunately, fumbles a little bit on the narrative standpoint, but still a worthwhile game to go through. Unfortunately, this story will not be continued. The Deus Ex game was in development, a third one that is, but unfortunately, that game got canned, so a little bit of a bummer there, but what can you do? As I say, these things happen in gaming, and you just kind of have to live with it, so Mankind Divided, $4.49 on that. Dishonored Definitive Edition, 75% off for $4.49. Man, you guys know I love me my Dishonored. A little bit of a bummer to me that Arcane is working on Marvel's Blade. Like, Dishonored was such a great IP that they cultivated and created from the ground up, and I just thought it was great, and to drop it just to go after the Marvel bag, look, I get it, Insomniac did the same thing, and it paid dividends for them, but man, it just sucks seeing some of these IPs like a Ratchet and Clank, like a Dishonored, not get as much love, so studios can chase after the Marvel bag. I understand it, I get it, but back to Dishonored, it's a great game, action stealth title, and really, you can play this game super stealthy, you can play this game super action-oriented. I do recommend the slower-paced, methodical, stealthy approach ends up being the more rewarding gameplay style, but you can do it however the hell you want. This definitive edition also includes the DLC content. $4.99 for Dishonored is great. After this, you can go play Dishonored 2, and it's a fantastic, fantastic game. Certainly do recommend Dishonored. Next up, we got Mad Max. It is down to $3.99. Really enjoyed Mad Max. It just had the unfortunate fate of being released the same day as one Metal Gear Solid 5, and they were both open world titles. Which one do you think people gravitated towards? It was unfortunately for Mad Max. Metal Gear Solid 5, and Mad Max unfortunately probably won't get a sequel either ever, and you know, it is what it is, but Mad Max turned out to be a solid open-world vehicular combat title. Narratively, it actually picks up towards the end, and the gameplay, I thought, was incredibly satisfying. Ran incredibly well back in the day. Like, I remember playing this game on, like, a GTX 950 just to do some testing, and I was shocked at how well it was performing. And a 950 at that time was a very low-end GPU, but yeah. Well done game. I would say for this price, definitely give it a look. Dying Light is down to $2.99. I mean, you guys, this is a no-brainer. This is a ridiculous deal for a great game. If you have yet to play Dying Light, do yourself a favor. $2.99 is a bargain. Game is great from a visual standpoint still, even after damn near a decade since it came out, which is insane to think about. You know, story's pretty good, and the parkour is quite good. Most people consider Dying Light 1 to be better than Dying Light 2. I am in that camp. I still think Dying Light 2 is a good game, but a Dying Light 1 is where it's at, I should say. Excited for Dying Light the Beast as well, hopefully out next year. But $2.99 for this is ridiculously good. Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition, 75% off for $4.99. It's Fallout 3. If you're one of the 4 people on planet Earth that doesn't own Fallout 3, I mean, remedy that situation as soon as possible. It's an iconic game, one of the most notable games, really, of all time. I know at this point, most people probably prefer New Vegas, and I can totally understand why, but Fallout 3 is still a well-done game, definitely worth your time and money, and $4.99 gets you the base game, all the DLC. That is fantastic. Batman Arkham Origins, this is down to $3.99. This was a Batman Arkham title not done by Rocksteady, but WB Montreal. WB Montreal also put out Gotham Knights, which I get it, that game isn't that well received, but Arkham Origins I thought was a damn good game. A pretty solid Arkham title. Not as good as the main trilogy, but still very well done in its own right, I think. You know, for the most part, it's a well-done action-adventure title, a prequel to Arkham Asylum. So, check it out. I think if you didn't miss out on it, you'll have a good time with that. Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, a Game of the Year Edition for $3.99. I mean, this is a great open-world action-adventure title, satisfying gameplay. Got the DLC content in here as well. Visually, looks pretty solid for a game that is over a decade old at this point. But, yeah, solid pickup here, and definitely for $4, a great deal. Lastly, gotta give a shout to Walking Dead Season 1. I mean, this is just a nutty deal for $1.49. It's ridiculous. I loved Walking Dead Season 1. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite games of all time, but as far as narratives go, it's one of the most emotionally moving games of all time. It's not super lengthy. I mean, you guys know what to expect out of a Telltale game. At least I would expect, but actually, if you're picking this game up for the first time, maybe you don't know what to expect out of a Telltale game. It's very much a narrative-driven point-and-click adventure game, but it's very well done, and you did have the subsequent seasons that I thought were fairly good, but overall, Season 1, in my opinion, was the peak. Season 2 was great as well. Season 3 was kind of and Season 4 was pretty good as well, but yeah, it was, like, the whole narrative arc was pretty great, but Season 1 was just so good that it makes the other seasons, not Season 2 as much, but Season 3 and 4 not look quite as good, but it is what it is. $1.49 for this is a steal, and that's gonna do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals under the price of $5. Go check them out for yourself. Links to all of them in the description box below. That's gonna do it for me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.